Today we're going to be making a mind map to get ready for our sequence and series test. Why a mind map? Why not just look through our notes and practice things? Well, we will be practicing problems to get ready for the test, but as far as looking at notes, sometimes it's better to do something different like a mind map. What is a mind map? It's basically notes but displayed with color and form and with brevity. And so what I'm going to do right now is lead you through the process of making a mind map, but it's up to you to decide what your mind map includes and what your mind map looks like. So what you'll need right now is a blank sheet of paper and a few different colored markers and your notes or your book, and we're ready to go. Alright, so the first part of mind map is we're going to find the center of the paper and put our title of what we're studying. In this case, it's sequences and series. From there, we're going to go ahead and change colors, and we'll make a curve because no straight lines are allowed. And we're going to pick one category of sequences and series. And so the first one that comes to my mind is strategies, like what we did with 8.1. We did a lot of strategizing. Okay, and so our strategies were something like, oh, we learned a sub n, maybe we used n squared, or a sub n equals n cubed minus 2, or maybe we used a sub n equals n factorial. We also talked about the negative 1 to the n, or the negative 1 to the n plus 1, allowing a sequence to oscillate. And so I'd include that in your first kind of cloud on your mind map. The second area, and I'm not going to go into as much detail because it's for you to go ahead and decide how much detail you want to include on your mind map, but the second area, still back from the first day, would be defining things recursively. And so I'd probably put something like recursive, and then remind myself that I give a sub 1, and that my definition is going to involve an a sub k, and an a sub k minus 1 on the other side. So once again, it's up to you to decide what else to put in that recursive bubble. And so the next one that I'm going to include would be something from our 8.2 section, which is the arithmetic sequences. I have arithmetic, and I would include at least the basics, and the basics being a sub n equals dn plus a sub 0, and the sum formula, f sub n equals n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. And I would probably include a jumping type problem, something like a sub 20 equals a sub 4 plus 16d. That reminds me of the jumping. Once again, feel free to add more stuff to your arithmetic. This is just a tutorial on how to go about making a mind map. So our next one would be over geometric sequences. And so that would be our fourth puzzle. I have to move this stool. Okay. So with the fourth puzzle, we have geometric, and we would at least include the basic geometric definition, which is a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. And definitely we would want our sum, our infinite sum, which is a sub 1 over 1 minus r. And you might want to include a jumping problem in there as well. And then I think my very last bubble, I have to repeat my colors, would be maybe summation notation, and include some reminders about how we use sigma. Okay, so this is the fastest online flipped lesson of them all, and I kept it brief because I want you to sit down, take a good 15-20 minutes, and come up with some type of mind map like this that has more to it. This is a very, very basic one. I would assume that you guys were going to come up with something a little bit more thorough, since you're the ones that have to study. And so take the time to do that, and in class I'm going to be looking at everybody's mind map. How we're going to use these is that if you haven't taken the time to memorize all these formulas yet, you need to do so. And so just by looking at your mind map, having created it first and then looking at it on a regular basis, it's just going to help ensure that those formulas get placed into your long-term memory. So I look forward to seeing you in class. We're going to be spending our class time reviewing and possibly doing a competitive game. We'll see. But take the time to make your mind map. I'll see you in class. Thanks.